Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm back with another video. Of course, as you can see, I made it through the freaking hurricane, that bitch. But anyway, besides that, there might be another one heading over here, but I don't think it's coming my way exactly, just above Florida. I think it's gonna hit, and that's Jose. But besides the hurricane update, everything went well. So thank you to everyone who sent me their best wishes, who sent them my way, who commented, sent me tweets, DMs. I really appreciate it. I did lose power a couple of times. I think once for like a long period of time. And then I did lose phone signal for like 3 days or so. And there was a lot of rain and wind. So when I went out and about, everything was a hot mess with leaves everywhere, and some of the stuff was wrecked, but not a lot. The thing that stood out the most was looters. There were some looters out there, and they messed up my CVS, man. That was kind of messed up. I posted some pictures on Instagram if you guys want to check that out. But hopefully, everyone is fine, and hopefully everyone got their power back. And since I was in the city, I was a little bit more lucky with the power coming back rather than people that were out there in the suburbs and whatnot, because I've been there before, and one time I had no power for like a month or so. So that actually really sucks. So hopefully everyone is well. Hopefully everything works out and you get your power back soon. So yes, just big thank you to everyone. Now onto the video, which I want to talk to you guys about. And so yeah, this is going to be like an update slash, hey, we have a interesting topic to talk about here, which is GameStop. Now, this is where, you guys know, there's a lot of love and hate. No love. I don't think there's any love. Let me rephrase that. There's a lot of hate out there for GameStop. You either use it and it's like whatever, or you just hate it because they have some shitty ass policies, which is true, and a lot of people know about it. Believe me, there's so many YouTube videos out there that talk about this crap. But sometimes I wonder, like, what's the point of GameStop? There's so many other stores out there doing it better, and right now, it just feels like there's no point to having a GameStop, since they're not even pushing games anymore, besides their own used games. They're just pushing, like, merchandise and collectibles and whatnot. So this is going to relate to the fact that I went to GameStop, like, a couple weeks ago, and it was so weird walking in there, and the first thing I see was, like, collectibles and t-shirts and mugs and whatnot, and plushies, pop figures, and I was like, okay, this is cool because I like some of this stuff, but not when I'm trying to go to a GameStop. If I wanted to do that, I could go to a Think Geek store, which I do have one of those in the mall, so I could go there and I could get a whole bunch of collectibles and whatnot. But if I'm going to GameStop, that's because I'm looking for a game, not really collectibles. And it's okay to have those things in the store like they had before, where there was like a little section with collectibles. But now, when most of the whole store is collectibles, and then you have some games, like I believe there's 2 walls. One, it was like a medium-sized wall, and it had Xbox stuff. And most of it was Xbox One, a little bit of Xbox 360. Then they had another wall with PlayStation, a big wall for PlayStation. And then they had a rack from like Wii U and Switch. I was like, what's going on? So GameStop doesn't really feel like GameStop to me anymore, which really sucks. It just feels like a Think Geek store that has some games as well. So that kind of bothers me. It makes me feel like I just rather keep doing what I'm doing, buying my games on Amazon or Best Buy or anything like that instead. Sometimes I even go to Target, to be honest. And there's some other stuff that bothers me about GameStop. That they're doing this Elite Pro membership thing that you pay like $60, I think it was, a year, I believe it was. But the weird part is that you get 20% off used games. So I thought that was a bit interesting until I go look at Best Buy, which is 20% off on their new games. So you got 20% off on both, but GameStop gives you used stuff. Why is that? That's really bad. And the fact that they were testing this out a couple weeks ago, and in certain areas, like certain regions, and it wasn't even coming up as 20% off. in the computers and whatnot. It was coming up as 15% off on used games, so that kind of sucks. If they're going to implement that and it's not even exactly what they said, I do hope that they fix that and it makes it 20% off, but I think that should be on new games and used games, or at least used games would be 20 and then new games would be 15, but even then you can't compete with the fact that Best Buy is doing it better with 20% off with their Gamers Club Unlocked on newer games. And on top of that, their point system is better than GameStop's. I don't know if they're upping the point system for their Elite Pro membership. So why do you need to pay more for that? I don't understand. But yeah, I feel like when it comes to these stores, Best Buy can do it better. Even Amazon does it better. But I know that Amazon is a bit different because they do it for pre-orders. So you do get a good amount of discount when you pre-order. After the game is done, you can't get it on sale anymore. But you could basically pre-order on Amazon without putting any money down right off the bat. So that's interesting. Other things that GameStop does that I don't like, when they do these useless as like bundles that you didn't ask for. So then they did this whole thing with the NES. It's the first time I noticed it, where they did the bundle with ThinkGeek. So obviously it just feels like they hid some NES mini systems from you, and then they hid them away. They put them in storage, and then when they wanted to make some extra money, they put them on the ThinkGeek website. But the only way you could buy them is if they're bundled with other things, other collectibles. So it raised the price up, and they were selling for like 100 and something each. And I think that sucks. That's some shady stuff. They do the same thing with the Switch, where they had a couple bundles. They had extra stuff with it, some Zelda stuff, some Mario stuff. I believe the Mario game they had matched up with a Monopoly game. The Zelda game they matched with like a guidebook or something. And they were all different like bundles, but with the Switch, you had to pay like over $400 just because they threw all these extra things on top of it. So that was the only way that you could acquire it. And I think that really sucks. And they might even do that with the SNES classic bundles, where they're going to bundle that up with a whole bunch of stuff. And the fact that you can't find it anywhere else, next thing you know, there's going to be like $200 because of that. Because it's like really sought after and whatnot. And people collect it, people want it. And I don't understand what's the point of GameStop right now. It just bothers me to a certain extent that I'm like, I'd rather give my money somewhere else, to someone else, to even the people that work there. Like when I went to the store and I was like, damn dude, you have all these collectibles. Because I went over there regarding like the whole COD thing, make sure that I had my pre-order for the beta and whatnot. And even they were like, yeah, I know, we have a lot of stuff. Well, I'm like, I even joked around with them, and I was like, where are your games at? And they laughed it off and whatnot. See, I'm not trying to like make fun of GameStop employees, because they're just trying to work. So it's understandable if you have worked in GameStop or you still work at GameStop, because you're just trying to work and get paid and whatnot. It's understandable. I would never work for GameStop. I have been offered, because I was friends with managers and people that worked there, but I'm like, no, I'm good. I don't want to work here. No. Plus, I love gaming. I like talking about gaming. Why would I go there and just like literally hate coming home to game? My brother got to that certain point where after a while, he was like, I don't even want to play anymore. So he would come home just to like chill out and watch TV and hang out with his friends. He didn't want nothing to do with video games. So that also sucks. So shout out to everybody who works at GameStop and has to deal with this stupid ass company. And they have like mad patience because, well, they need to work and they can't like help it but do what they're told. So yeah. GameStop sucks, in my opinion. I don't know what's the point of them anymore. They hardly even sell games unless they're already used. And yeah, they don't give you a good deal most of the time, unless it's like when you stack it on top of a percentage special thing that's happening. Either way, let me know what you guys think down below about GameStop. Am I overreacting with this, with this company or this store that I just despise so much nowadays? And to be honest with you, I only have pre-orders there. I have like 2, and they're through my brother's account. They aren't even through mine anymore. I'm like done giving them money. But anyway, let me know what you guys think down below. And let me know where you guys buy your video games. Do you still go to GameStop and you're like, fuck it? Or do you actually go somewhere else like Best Buy, who has way better deals? See you guys in the next video. And also, stay safe out there.